not be unnecessarily spent in a destructive direction by this seminar. To give a very simple example for you, tell me which one has energy, flood or a dam? Which one do you think carries solid energy? Yes? Both of them. Both of them carry energy. The difference is dam carries potential energy and flood carries kinetic energy. Out of the two, which one is constructive, which one is destructive? Yeah? Which is constructive, which is destructive? Flood and dam. Which one? Flood is destructive. Flood is going to cause, it may carry away cattle or may destroy the houses, kill the people. Whereas the dam can be used for irrigation and other purposes properly. So your youthful energy should not be spent in a destructive way like the flood, but you would want to conserve it like a dam and utilize it for appropriate purposes. Do you agree? Correct? Think of an elephant. You all might have seen an elephant walking on a road. I don't think you see in America, but in India you see quite common sight. Elephants can be walked on a road. So elephant, if you see, it has both type of natures. If you have an untrained elephant, it can destroy a car. It can kill people with a trunk. It has tremendous energy. It can actually put a trunk around a tree and uproot and throw it also. So much energy it has. But a trained elephant, you might have seen in India, it gives Ashirwad. You've seen that, blessings. It can take a coin and give you a blessing. A trained elephant can also carry, sometimes the temples they use the elephant for procession also. So your mind can be like a trained elephant or like a mad elephant. And the choice is yours. What do you want to do with your mind? So I really appreciate you all that you have taken out your time and come here today, because you must be certainly a thinking person in life. You may be surely a bit introspective about how to make your life successful. So we should be willing to be trained. When the mind is trained, then it can be like a trained elephant. It can be, you have a lot of energy and the energy will be rightly spent. And you will understand it as in the course of my talk as I proceed. So, when I was in IIT Bombay, I was living in one of the hostels, where in the third or fourth floor, the entire floor was drug addicts. They were into drugs and the boys used to suffer also very terribly. Many times they had to leave the course in the second year itself because of getting into too much addiction. So the parents would come and cry. They were helpless actually. So I got to see the situation of the youth getting into bad habits, even life-taking drugs. Or sometimes every one of these habits, like the smoking leads to becoming a chain smoker. Drinking liquor leads to alcoholism. Similarly, drugs leads to addiction. So I've seen these things. So I had one of my great ambitions in life was to see that the youth do not waste their energy, waste their youthful life, but use it for uplifting their mind, for higher purposes. So later on, after working for a few years, I decided to dedicate my life in learning and teaching the Gita. To my great surprise, I thought Gita is a very ancient wisdom. And oftentimes I used to think that it is only meant for the spiritualists, monks. I thought that the monks would use the Gita to go back to the spiritual plane from where we have come. But when I read the Gita, I understood that every human being, every boy, every girl can get so much out of Bhagavad Gita for your everyday life. Today you are going to see that. I have 5 or 6 sections like this. We will try to cover as much as we can within the stipulated time. By 7:30, whatever ends, that much I will cover, okay? And in between there are some self-tests to be done. Do you all have some paper and pen, or if you don't have paper and pen, at least you can have your mobile in which you can do also, if you have your smartphones. Some activities will appear in between, okay? So what are the challenges we face within our mind, ourselves when we are alone, as well as in our interaction with others also. So you can see all types of emotions here, different type of emotions that we undergo. So you all have experience of this. Sometimes you're happy, sometimes angry, sometimes sad, sometimes surprised, sometimes shy. Different type of moods. Now, why are these emotions important? Why should one at all want to study these emotions in our mind? Actually, the emotions play a very vital role in our life. Sometimes when people are taken to the extreme end of emotions, they also react violently to that. Like sometimes you see a student faces academic failure, not able to deal with the peer association, the peers who may ridicule, or the parents who may be wild because their expectations are not fulfilled. Sometimes in India we have seen people committing suicide. It's not only in academics, even in broken love. Sometimes the boy and girl came together, they were planning to marry, some or other, there is a broken relationship sometimes. One changes the mind, leaves the partner and goes away, and then the other person feels let down so badly or commits suicide. So emotions are certainly important, do you agree? In our life. So we have to study our emotions and let us see where do these emotions come from and how do we deal with it. You see here, sometimes we are confident of some subject or sometimes we are overwhelmed like this, isn't it? Also, in every age, you will see that you are connected to somebody. Like for example, up to the age of 11 or 12, you all were very much under the custody of the parents at home. We depend on them for giving us food, clothing, shelter, raising us and everything. And when you come to the college, when you come to teenage, you may even travel away from your home to study in a college somewhere, stay out. And then for you, more than the parents, the peer association becomes all important. You would like to seek suggestions from your friends, open your heart to the friends. So, although the peer association is very valuable, the same peer association sometimes can be very pricking also, very painful also. Because sometimes friends, for the sake of joking, they may joke or ridicule. They may try to make you cry, like you see here in the picture. But how to not become bogged down by such criticisms? Sometimes you're healthy or sick. Sometimes you get A grade or F grade, isn't it? So these kind of situations happen in our life. You see, sometimes your business is skyrocketing, other times it's nosediving, like in COVID. So, like this fellow has multiple hands, which means too many things to do. How many of you feel life has too many things to do and you find a shortage of time? You have experience, right? Isn't it? So, sometimes we feel a great pressure in the mind because of too many things. Look at these two pictures. What difference do you find? Observe the style. There's a visible difference, isn't it? The left side leader is not able to take the team with her. The way she is dealing with them is putting them off. So they all are cut off from her. On the other side, you see, she is friendly with the team. And so therefore, your state of emotions is going to decide whether you are going to be a good leader or a bad leader tomorrow. What kind of emotions you carry? Are you cheerful? Or are you irritable? Are you empathic? Are you task-oriented and not caring for others? So that's the reason we're talking about the emotions. Not only in the profession, even at home also. It's like sometimes the parents have a difference in opinion on child raising. A child should study in an international school or a local school or whatever. Sometimes people force opinion on one another and hurt one another. So here the question is asked here, how can we forgive people, forget the past interactions and still stay with them? See, the problem in life is you live with a few people with whom you daily interact. All of you think for a moment, in your life, the people whom with you daily interact will not be more than a single digit. Say for example, your mother, your father, your brother, sister, and maybe a handful of friends. It will be 6 or 7 or 8 only. The same people whom you love very much can also hurt you very much. Of course, it's vice versa also. You can also hurt them. You may love them very much and you throw a lot of expectations from them. So, therefore, at home also, sometimes the board remains their home sweet home, but it is not a sweet home, oftentimes. Like here you see a mother wants to keep her son under her control. The wife also wants husband to be with her. So they both have a difference in opinion, mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, you see. See the fourth picture. So that fellow is caught in between. So within a family there can be hurt, one may experience like this. So, and one is confused in such situations what side to take. The husband is confused whether I should take the side of wife or the mother. So these are due to possessive mentality. Both are very possessive on either side. So in this way, here is a picture you see for the same situation, two people can react in two different ways. One fellow is responding with an emotional outburst and losing temper. Other fellow is taking it lightly. Say for example, you lost a flight. Just a few days ago, me and my assistant were coming in the early morning to catch a flight. And when we reached the airport, we realized, practically there were 500, 600 people there in a long, long queue. So my friend was really shivering. He was wondering, if we lose the flight, again we'll have to rebook the flight and all the programs in Seattle will be cancelled. By God's grace, somehow the queue moved fast and we just got the plane. Just on time we reached. We didn't miss the flight. But what would you do if you miss the flight? Will you behave like this fellow? Like this fellow? So, life throws such challenges at us. So, therefore, for the same given situation, two people may respond in two different ways. Therefore, it is said, ships that last the longest one are genuine relationships. So, such genuine relationship to maintain is not very easy unless you are aware of your emotional state in which you are keeping yourself. So till now we were observing our emotions and our dealings. So let us observe our speech and behavior now. See, when we are emotionally hurt, the decisions that we make in our life can be erratic. Like we say, there's a saying in English, haste is waste. You have heard that? When you are in a hasty mood, you may make some wrong decisions. You may not know whether to do this or do that. So that is the reason why if somebody is in a drunken state, he writes a will that is not accepted by the court. Because a drunken man is not in a good state. Similarly, the emotionally affected person is going to make wrong decisions. Similarly, our mood while talking to people either on phone like this or personally, if it is not proper, it is going to create cleavage in relationships. So, what is the meaning of the word self-management here? I have given you 5 situations, you can see that. Somebody is opposing your opinion, somebody says something and didn't keep the promise, somebody cheated you, somebody doesn't bother about you. In this way, in these situations, all of us, look at that fellow with the umbrella, tackling the rocks falling from the sky, you see. Similarly, in our lives, we all face challenges. These 3 points you can see. What is self-management? The ability to remain composed, whatever state of emotions you are in. If you have the competence to manage your impulsive feelings and distressing emotions, stay composed, positive, and think clearly, that is called self-management. Managing yourself. Okay, I am giving just one example I am giving. So, say you wish to correct somebody, how are you going to correct without hurting? So these are the 4 questions you can ask. Am I the right person to correct that fellow? Or should I take the matter to some superior authority? Is my right motive in correcting, or I want to ridicule that person? Or do you know the right way to correct? If you adopt a wrong way, it will not be taken properly. For example, Lord Krishna is saying here, please all of you repeat this famous verse from Gita. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyayabhyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapa uchyate. Krishna is telling to Arjuna that you should speak words which are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, not agitating to others, and also by regularly reciting the Vedic literature and then speak the truth. 5 things he is saying. Anudvega karam vakyam, don't speak in a way agitating to other people. Satyam, speak the truth. Priya, speak sweetly. Hitam, speak beneficially. And then swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva, study the scriptures and then speak words of wisdom in a way that will benefit others. This is the way you should speak, he says. Now, how not to speak, I'll show you. So how not to speak, I'm showing in 3-4 slides I'm showing now. Yeah. For example, here the parents are the right people to correct the children. I mean, they are small children dependent on the parents. So if you have some problem with the children, better tell the parents, correct? No? Instead of you having to handle it yourself directly. If you were to handle even the teachers sometimes inform the parents to do the correction without handling the children directly. Similarly, do you have the right motive to correct, or you just want to criticize, or you want to prove them wrong? You have made up your mind to prove them wrong. Do you know the right way to correct? Look at these 2 pictures. How the first fellow is correcting and how the second one is correcting. You see a big difference, isn't it? What is the right way to correct? One should know that. And also time should be proper. See, the boss is correcting the subordinate. Other people are also, see that other fellow is watching from there. That girl behind is also smiling at this fellow. You're getting a good sauce, getting good scolding now. So it's not the right time to correct like this, you see. So, yes, what is proper communication? Acting ethically and building trust and actually taking a proper stand. I have shown you the pictures also. Properly listening and friendly behavior, open-mindedness, offering feedback in a proper mood. So in this way, 2 things I have shown you, correcting and communicating. So now I'm going to give you a self-test to check how you would deal with situations in your life. I'm going to show you some 4 or 5 situations. Let us see. Whoever knows the answer, please do not tell the answer. You can just raise the hand, okay? You see, there are 2 behaviors. One is called responding below, one is responding after thinking, and the top one is reacting. So, most people in this world react instinctively. You know what is instinctive reaction? If somebody says something, you immediately give back without thinking much. So, but responding means if somebody is if they're yelling also, you think and then you speak. One day, when I had gone to Vrindavan, recently a few years ago for a yatra, I was walking on the road, the main road where a lot of temples are there. We had got down from almost 50 buses and we were walking towards the temple. So, one fellow, from the opposite side of the road, one of the devotees, he came running and he pushed me like this. And I fell to the ground, I toppled to the ground. On the sand I was rolling. And I was thinking why he went berserk, why he behaved like this. But the next moment I saw there was a cow was running very fast, very, very fastly, with 2 big horns. So this devotee, after the cow ran away, this devotee again came and picked me up from the ground. And then he dusted me and said, he offered me namaskar and said, Prabhu, I'm sorry, you are like my guru, but I pushed you because he said otherwise the cow would have put its 2 horns behind your back. Yeah, that's why I had to do this to you. You were walking straight, you didn't look behind. Because we all got down from the buses, the cows saw the crowd and they got frightened. They started running. So now, although he apparently pushed me aside, his intention was good, correct or not? His intention, if he didn't push me, Probably I would have landed in a hospital for a month or two. Correct, no? So it would have been life risk also. So therefore, whenever somebody behaves with us in a certain way, which our mind is unable to comprehend, we have to always think about what was their intention. Even many of you sometimes get irritated by your parents too much caring for you, correct, no? Yeah. Please take care, please take care. They keep calling you on phone. You get irritated. How many times they call me? Am I a baby? No? I am grown up now. I can stand on my own leg. Why are they behind me? We think like that. But you can also see their good intention in trying to care for you, correct, no? So, for you to respond properly, one should be able to think. See, here I have shown you 4 things. Personal competence means self-awareness. How many of you go outside of your body and look at yourself? What type of person you are? What do people think about you? Any of you have done that exercise? Any of you? What do people talk about me? What do they think about me? Am I proper in my speech and dealing or not? Any of you thought about it? Your hands can be up. Anybody? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 10 of them. Okay, thank you. If you do this, as Gita teaches you, you can become self-aware and you can think before you respond to others in different situations. How to respond in different situations. Yeah. Like for example, one family, one very well-to-do family had decided that they will go on a voyage, and they had to gather money and everything, and the tickets were all booked and everything. It was they planned to go in a ship for a long tour, and the father took off from his profession, and the mother took off from her job, and the children also had taken leave from the school and college and everything. Everything was well planned, and everybody was packing their suitcases and wear this dress because they were going on a very light tour. All kinds of dresses they took and everything. They were in a dream world. Vacation is coming, we are going to enjoy. But suddenly, when this boy was returning from the school, a dog bit him. After that, when he came home, taken to the hospital, he got cured before the ship journey. But still, the ship had a rule that if somebody was bitten by a dog within some number of days, they won't be allowed in the ship. So the whole family had to cancel that trip. And everyone became totally sad that our whole trip is cancelled and everything. But then the next day in the newspaper it came that ship was, what was the ship? It was Titanic. It was the first maiden voyage. So you all may be aware that Titanic got drowned, isn't it? So the family, when they read the news, they really froze. They thought if we had gone in the Titanic, we won't be even looking at each other now. We would have died. So sometimes you see, we are not composed when we get a no. Sometimes when the world brings us a situation of saying no to our plans, we get really wild. So therefore, self-awareness, self-management. First become aware of the world you are living in. It will always not bring you success, sometimes failure, sometimes profit, sometimes loss, sometimes pleasure, sometimes pain. And why it is arranged like that, God only knows. It's beyond us many times. But management means you learn the art of managing your emotions. And if you don't manage emotions, it can lead to many losses for you. I told you 2 types of emotions. One is you and your own emotion when you are alone. Another one is you and your interaction with others. 2 types of situations. Correct, no? So the first one, what I have shown here, aware of your style. What type of person am I? Like you don't have to raise a hand for this, but some of you may know that you lose temper very easily. They become angry. Others, you maintain your cool head. Some of you have not too much expectation. Some have too big expectations. So depending on what type of personality makeup you are made up of, accordingly, the suffering comes in our life. So therefore, we need to manage our emotions. That's what I have shown on the right side. In the below one, what I have shown, social awareness means if you are working with a team of people tomorrow in a company, or even now as friends, you have a circle of friends around you, correct? To know the emotional state of your friends. who is what type of person, and what I should not talk to this friend or that friend, what I can talk, because you know about their natures. Actually, that is very difficult. Unless you know about your nature first, you can't know about others' natures. Therefore, first you should learn the self-management, then you can do relationship management with others. Is that clear? How many of you find this table easy? You are able to appreciate this? All right? Okay. Okay. Empathy means adjust to a wide range of emotional signals, listen attentively, and can grasp the other person's perspective. For example, you all know Lord Rama was asked to go to forest for 14 years, correct? No? But he thought that if Sita wants to come with me, she will suffer. So he told Sita that Sita, you stay back, punishment is not for you, only for me. So he thought about her welfare. He told his mother not to come with him. He told his brother not to come. So when you are subjected to suffering, how can you think about others' welfare? That requires a big heart. Generally, when we have some trouble, we think about ourselves only, generally. So those who are self-aware, they can actually have a very broad perspective in life. You can have the empathy. Yeah. Keen social awareness is required to know about each element of your circle and to detect crucial and social networks and all. So being responsible for your own behavior and well-being. So here is the activity. I'll tell you briefly what is this activity. See, I have given you a blue strip. That is the situation. And you have been given 3 A, B, C. 3 type of answers you can give. You may have to say A or B or C. Okay. Please, one of you read the first one loudly, please. The first one of you read. Give the mic to them. Who would like to read it? Yeah. Please give the mic.
There is nothing I can do now because my boss always interferes in my work, asking for results.
Yeah. So, it seems that this person is working in a company. At the same time, the boss keeps asking, is the work over? Is the work over? Why is it getting so delayed? So this fellow is getting irritated. So he feels that, I am trying to work in a certain direction. It is taking this much amount of time. Boss wants it in half the time. This fellow is getting irritated. So, and this fellow thinks that I am doing my best. Why is he behind me? Like that he feels. So there are 3 answers you can give. This fellow can consider. Please read the 3 answers and then we will ask you which is the answer. Please don't tell the answer. Only raise the hand, okay, if you know the answer. Please read the 3 answers. Who has the mic? Yeah. Read the 3 answers.
The first option is let's look at the alternatives. The second one is I can say that I've tried enough. The third one is I can do, provided I am assured that he won't interfere with me.
Yeah. So there are 3 answers. So which answer you feel appears like the answer coming from a very self-aware personality, a self-managed personality? Who knows the answer? She knows the answer, okay? There are a few hands up. Okay, you can tell the answer, yes.
I think that is the answer, I'm not sure.
Which one?
Let's look at the alternatives.
Okay, thank you. And yes?
Option C.
Option C is, I can do provided I am assured that he won't interfere with me. Okay, you said option C. Anybody else? Any other answer?
I'll go with option C as well.
Option C, okay. So now, when you take option C, what happens, I'll tell you. Say tomorrow you're working in a company. Your boss has a tendency to little bit chase after you. You just want to make sure you complete the work. Some people do that or not? Yeah. Now, if you tell the boss, see, if you chase after me, I'm going to stop the work, I will not do it. Will he be happy with you? Or you say that I'm already trying, why are you behind me? You may yell at him. No boss likes to be yelled by a subordinate. Also, isn't it? That's the reason why the C is not correct. Yeah. And B, I can say I have tried enough. Then that means you are closing doors for any other possibility. We think this is the only way to do the work. Therefore, the answer is A. So let's give one applause for her. Yeah. Please read the second one. Yeah. Yeah, read the second one. Yeah. Who has the mic? Quick. Any of you can read. Yeah. Yes.
Don't tell me who all got upset with my speech. That's just the way I am.
Yeah. So here is a person who is little straightforward and very aggressive in speech. So he's saying that's just the way I am. Huh? Somebody may be upset by me. What can I do? That's the way I am. He says. So you can say 3 answers. Please read the 3 answers. Yeah.
I admit I speak in a straightforward manner without being sentimental. Or I can choose a different approach. Or I suggest that we understand that everyone is of a different nature and let them be what they are.
Yeah. So there are 3 options for you. Who knows the answer? You have to choose only one out of the 3. Yeah, he has the answer. Okay. Anybody else also has the answer? Okay, you can go ahead.
It's option number 2.
Okay, he's saying option 2. Okay. Okay. Anybody else want to suggest anything else? Oh, yeah? Option 1 is, I admit I speak in a straightforward manner without being sentimental. Actually, that is true that this person is straightforward, but there is a complaint by the colleagues that that straightforward behavior is hurting others. So they are complaining to the top management that this person is too sharp in speech, is not sensitive enough while dealing with us. So that is why they are telling him, but if he says, that's just the way I am and I am a very straightforward person, is it all right to say like that? Yeah. Therefore, the option A is ruled out. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah. You think B or C? Huh? How many of you say B? Okay. How many say C? And there's C also. Yeah. I will tell you what's the problem. C looks like a correct answer. No, I purposely put that. But I'll tell you why C is not correct. I'll tell you. See, C says, I suggest that we understand everyone is of different nature and let them be what they are. Which means, what we are telling the management is, everyone is of a different nature. My nature is to be straightforward. Better you guys straighten up yourself. I am not going to change. Better you learn to accept. Don't say I am not sensitive. I am what I am. So this is also not appreciated by the management. They will say that, like for example, in a flight, they say, no, don't smoke cigarettes, correct? No? They say, even if you go into the washroom also, we have put detectors there. They say that, why? Because somebody may secretly go to smoke there, correct? No? So that's a strict rule. Similarly, in dealing also, if our behavior is hurting others, if the complaint is coming, we have to always find out ways to change ourselves. That's why I can choose a different approach, means that the B1 is the correct answer because we are at least telling them, I am sorry. I know it's not proper behavior. Sometimes I speak little too in a straightforward manner. I didn't know that they got hurt. I'll be careful. So you can see that in this way, it's actually up to you. If you adopt this approach, who said the correct answer? Somebody said B. He said that. Let's give up. Please read the third one. You always ask me and him to work together, but he makes me so mad by questioning my opinion always. So here is a problem where a person is unable to work with a particular colleague. So what are the 3 answers? Please, one of you read it. Yeah, please read.
I control my own feelings, or he may be able to work with someone else but not me, or I can work with him until he drives me mad.
Which one? Who knows the answer? You can raise the hand. Yeah, yes?
I think it's A.
A, okay. Anybody else? How many of you say it's A? Okay. How many of you say B? A few hands up. Okay. How many say C? Okay. B, some have agreed. So he may be able to work with someone else but not me. Of course, you can go to teacher and say that, I can't work with that fellow. Give me another partner to work with in this project. But sometimes what happens? The teacher may say that you both have chosen this particular theme, therefore you have to work together. I can't change you. Then in that case, then you go for the A1. Okay, because we both have chosen the same type of project, we have to work together at least for 6 months or something. Then we have to control our feelings. In case there is a possibility of changing, then the B is also an option. Correct? No? Thank you. Who said that A? Somebody said that A. How many of you said? We'll give applause for it. Okay. So, why would they sanction money to our department when 2 other departments are also asking? They won't allow that, he says. For example, you are all students now. When you go to the final year, sometimes you put up a project and the college sanctions some money, correct now? Some few $1,000s. But somebody thinks that certain authorities in the college, they are biased and they have certain notions about us. In the past, we tried for getting sanctions, they didn't give. Sometimes they say like the correct one. So 3 answers. Please read that quickly, one of you. Yeah? Any of you can read that, yeah?
They may not allow due to their bias towards the other department. I would have explained my position better, but their perceptions about me stop them from allowing me. I can create an effective presentation.
So out of the 3, ABC, which one? Any of you? She knows, yeah? She's saying C and behind? C. Anybody else? Any other answer? C. How many of you say C? Good. You are captain. So let us give applause to everybody. Yeah. See, if you really want to get it sanctioned, don't blame others' bias. Don't blame others' perception. You try your best by putting up a best presentation. The last one. I must do this work even if sky falls to ground, he says. Okay. Please read the 3 options, one of you. Yeah. Please read it.
I must do this despite my dislike because my boss is a taskmaster. I am supposed to do this if I have to maintain my job without being fired. I prefer to do this for my own future good, although it is a bit taxing my time and energy.
ABC? Okay, how many of you say C? How many say B? Okay, only 1, 2 of them, okay. A? Okay, nobody said A, okay, B. See, in B what happens, I'm supposed to do this if I have to maintain my job without being fired. Yes, B may be alright, but this attitude in the long run is not good. Because what happens, if you are just doing the job not to get fired, that attitude may not help us grow in our career. But the last one, he says that it's actually good for me, although it's a bit taxing my time and energy. By doing this, I am going to grow to a next level. Then, therefore, the C is more appropriate option. Okay, give them applause. So, in all the underlined portions, if you see, you don't blame the people around you. You don't blame the situations around you. You take responsibility. Generally, what people do, if something good happens, either in a college or company, people raise their collar. Who did it? You should ask. I did it, they say. Anything goes wrong, people will like this. Maybe he must have done, she must have done, like that they blame. Something bad happens, blame. Something good happens, raise the collar. But actually here, in all these options you see, a person is not weakening himself, rather he is empowering himself. So I had given the heading, self-awareness through self-empowerment. So how can you empower yourself? Stop the blame game. Take responsibility. And also, if you are going to point fingers to others, then you can't get anything done in this world. Try to find out what is in your hands. You be the change what you want to see in the world around you. That's the point. So now I'm going to give you Ayurvedic mind test to you. Now you will need a pen and paper, or at least a smartphone you will need. 20 questions I'm going to ask you. And you have to just note down, A, B, or C. And then you'll be counting the A's, B's, and C's, okay? Later on. How many A's, how many B, how many C you got. It's very easy questions, okay? By this you can know your psychophysical nature, and then you can design your psychophysical nature in such a way that you can become a true leader. Okay, this is the first one. What time you wake up in the morning? Very simple question. 4 a.m. to 6 a.m., 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., after 8 a.m. So you can write either A or B or C, okay? For first question. What kind of book would you prefer reading? See, my request to all of you, don't write what you want to be. Don't write that. You should write what you are now. Is it clear to everybody? Because many a times we all want to do something in future. Don't write about that. Right now, whatever is the situation, you write that. Otherwise, you will not know your real position. Yeah. What book would you choose? You can just write A, B, or C. How is your behavior within your family? Are you calm, composed, and cheerful, or moody? When you get angry, or you mostly dull and irritated? Yeah. How you deal with your family members? Okay. Am I going too fast, or is it all right for you? All right. Okay. What is the quality and duration of your sleep? Are you calm and peaceful with 6 hours sleep? Or you need 8 hours of sleep and you get out of dreams? Or you need more than 8 hours you need? Sometimes you feel insomnia also, okay? Huh? Alright? What color would you choose for a dress? You all are noting down? How would you rate your memorizing ability? Is it good, moderate, or weak? How honest are you? Are you always honest? Or depending on situation, sometimes honest and sometimes not? Or you lie quite often? Huh? See, don't worry, this is a self-test only. Nobody is going to ask you what you wrote. So you don't have to show to anybody, okay? How much are you inclined towards charity? Do you give charity often or occasionally or rarely? Huh? How often do you get angry? Is it very rare? Or sometimes or very frequently? Frequency of your becoming angry. Okay. Your love is for what? Is it universal love? You love all the people? Or you love only your own me and my family? Or you love only yourself only? Not even the family members. Isn't it? Okay? How easily do you forgive others? Are you able to forgive and forget and then again befriend your friends? Or you feel great difficulty. Sometimes you externally forgive, but then it shows up on your face that you are not forgiven. Isn't it? That is the second one. And the third, people, they can never forgive at all. They maintain grudges for whole life. Okay. How inclined are you towards cleanliness? The room is always clean and tidy. Or sometimes clean, sometimes cluttered. Or some people's room, all the time the clothes are hanging and everything. You have seen that, how it is. Papers are littered and everything. You can simply think about how your room is and write down this one. Okay. How do people find your speech to be? Is it peaceful and calming? Or do you speak aggressively in a threatening way? Or is it dull and low sounding, not clear? What do you dwell in most of the time? Are you thinking of the present moment? Are you always dreaming about the future? Or you are lamenting about the past memories? Okay? You all are able to note down? You get adequate time to note? Huh? Okay. I am mostly, are you easygoing? See, this fellow is even singing a song also while going, you see? Very cheerful mood. The other fellow is hyperactive and anxious, you see? He gets tense very easily. The third fellow is depressed. Huh? Yeah. Describe the way you work without being attached to the results. Do you work? Which means, you prepare well for the exam, you're able to focus well. You don't bother too much about, what results are going to come. That will come eventually. Or seeking results and rewards. This fellow wants to just sleep most of the time. He doesn't want to take any effort. When faced with a challenge or a new situation, are you calm and resourceful whenever new challenges come? Or you are often keen to improve and fix up the problem? Or you curse the situation you are in? Curse people, curse situation, blame people. Yeah. Alright? So it's most important for you to restore balance and harmony, or solve a problem and innovate, or find comfort and avoid confrontation. Which means, whenever life goes in imbalance, you bring it back to balance and harmony. Or the B type of people actually, they are always in a problem-solving mode. Which means they actually don't try for balance or harmony. As and when the problem comes, they keep tackling it. They don't make a long-term solution, the category B people. And the C category people, as soon as they face a problem, they think, not to forget the problem, let me watch a TV serial. Switch on a TV, so I can forget the problem. Like, tomorrow there is examination, you're getting tension, you better watch a TV now. Like that. And the B people, where they will only study just before the exam, And once the exam is over, they will not prepare for the next semester at all because they will think 6 months are there. But the A people, they always go for balance and harmony, long-term thinkers. Okay, what music would you prefer to listening to? Soothing music or a loud music, 120 decibels? Or sad music? Yeah. And last question. Your life motto is to accept and go with the flow or strive to succeed, and ignorance is bliss. Yeah. So, the third category people, they even drink or smoke to forget the problems of life. And the second one is always in a competitive mode of rat race. The first one takes the life as a gift of God and goes through it and tries to do his best. So now after the 20 questions, you can see how many A's you got, how many B's you got, and how many C's you got. So like this, you can see each of these items you have written. So in case you marked like this, if you got if you got maximum number of A's, that means you are mostly in Sattva Guna, we call it. Sattva. Sattva means word of goodness. If you got maximum B's, that means you got most of Rajoguna you got. If you got mostly C's you got, then that is Tamoguna. So I'll tell you what are these three. Lord Krishna uses two words for each. Tamoguna, he says, the last one I'll show you. This picture will make it easy for you to understand. See the first picture, the boss is very cheerful and friendly and encouraging, correct? The second picture, the boss is yelling boss because it's in passion. And the fellow also is an incompetent fellow under him. Imagine if you are in that boss's position, what would you do with that incompetent subordinate? What you would do? Any of you? When I asked this question in a company, most of them raised hand and said, I'll fire him. That's the first answer I got by many people. Is it the only solution? What would you do?
Mentoring.
Yeah?
Mentoring.
So you will do mentoring for him. Sit with him and talk to him. What's the problem? Why are you not performing well? Okay. Anything else can you do? Yes.
Can figure out what is making him underperform and help him come up with the
Yeah, she's saying that you can find out what makes him underperform. Why is he so weak in that job? Figure out that, find out that. I also would like to get him trained also. Or change his department and make him do some other work. If nothing works, then fire him. Correct, no? Correct. Yeah. So mode of ignorance, I think this fellow is depressed. You see, he saw the curve going down. Probably COVID time, I think. That is ignorance. Ignorant people are called Nidra, Alasya, Pramad. Nidra means they are sleepy. Alasya means lazy. So people in mode of ignorance are lazy. People in passion are crazy. They are like that. And then goodness people are actually Sukham and Jnanam. They have happiness and they have knowledge. Yeah. So here the ignorance is characterized with these qualities. They're confused and bewildered, indecisive, panicky. They cry also in situations. They can't make decisions. They're indecisive, inattentive. They get suicidal thoughts. They are hopeless. They're depressed. These are the people who take all kinds of, sleeping pills and tranquilizers and all those things to forget the problems of life. They sleep too much. So like a fox is a nocturnal animal. These people keep awake at night and daytime they sleep. Yeah, nidra alasya pramad. Okay, ignorance. And this passion is represented by lion. They are like individual players. They don't think much. They partially think and make decisions. Snap decisions they make. They have bossing tendency. They want to see glamour and show glamour. They are always in a rat race. They are proud. They think I am the most knowledgeable, I am best informed and things like that. But the passion has some good side also. Like Lord Krishna says in Passion, he says that Shauryam tejo dhritirdakshyam yuddhe chapi palayanam dhanam ishvara bhavascha kshatra karma svavajam. He says Shauryam, valor, tejo, influence over other people. Dhriti, determination. Dakshyam, expertise. Yuddhe chapi palayanam, like determined. Like that, and also Ishwarva means leadership. They have some good side also, but there is a bad side of passion I have shown you here. And this is goodness. They are regulated, they are simple, they are thoughtful, they are clean, they are wise, they are forgiving, they are disciplined and obedient, friendly, cheerful, tolerant. So these are good qualities. People in goodness. So how many of you got a good idea about these three gunas? Huh? So now see the situation tackling exercise. What happened? Sound is not coming. Sound went off. There is sound connection. This is you can observe this situation. I can go on. Huh? Muted. Okay, only I'm the only one. Okay, no problem. But you can see it. Huh? Here. Okay, okay. Not speaking. Okay. You give the mic here. Okay, okay. See, it's actually a party, they're dancing. Suddenly there is an explosion. And all people are trying to. This is the situation, you see here. Say 500 people are in a party in a closed theater. Suddenly fire breaks out due to electrocution. There are only 2 doors to exit. So how would these 3 people respond, you have to say, okay? Person in ignorance, person in passion, person in goodness. How would they respond? Anybody knows the answer, you can raise the hand, okay? Yeah, any of you? She has a hand up. Please go ahead.
Maybe the person in ignorance wouldn't even notice.
What he will do?
The person in ignorance, maybe they won't notice even.
And they won't notice. Oh, everybody is noticing because they are seeing there is electrocution and there is a fire and a lot of smoke in the room. So a person in ignorance, what does he do? He is indecisive and he is panicky and he is unable to decide. He gets frozen. Probably he will cry. He will faint unconscious. That's possible. And person in passion, what he is likely to do? Anybody? Anybody other than Srishta? Yeah, please go ahead.
Like try and run to the closest door and not worry about anyone else.
Not worry about others. Or even if others are near the door, climb on their head and jump out. He will think about whom? Himself only. Person in passion is like that. Doesn't care about others. And what do you think a person in goodness might do? Yes?
He would probably go save others or try to help others evacuate.
Very good. He may try to save children, old people. He may want to send them out. He may try his best to help others. Very good. Okay, let us assume you are in one such theater and you faced such a kind of, fire accident. What is the first thing that comes to your mind? What you would do? Your point is good, well taken. If you are in that situation, 1,000 people have to get out. What would you do?
Call 911.
Exactly. Give one applause. That's what you should do. Because you should seek help immediately. Call 911 and they will come and put out the fire. Correct, no? And then you can try to help others also, as much as possible. So that means, you should think. See, here's a small song I wrote. Yeah, capsule tired of a long distance walk, kept his basket aside and slept off under the shade of a banyan tree that was full with a group of mischievous monkeys. After a while, he got up from his sleep and found his basket was totally empty. The monkeys had picked up each one a cap and wearing on their head soon climbed up the tree. You understood the point? So now all the monkeys have taken away the caps of the businessman And the businessman got up from his sleep and found his basket empty. Huh? Now, what should he do? If he is in ignorance, what do you think he will do? So it's the second situation. One situation is over, now second one. Why am I asking you? Because all of you students, tomorrow you are going to be put in situations in your life. I just want to see how do you respond. Huh? If a person is in ignorance, how you would respond? Anybody?
Just
Ah.
go away with the basket, not.
Go away with the basket. Okay. Anything else he will do?
Cry.
He will cry. He will go and tell his wife, no, my business is finished. Like during the COVID, one business came from 900 crores to 300 crores, one computer company. So the owner of the company became totally depressed. He was admitted in a hospital. These people become depressed. Yeah. Or if he's in passion, what he will do? Anybody?
Get angry.
You get angry, okay. After becoming angry, what he would do?
Fire stuff.
Huh?
Fire some of the stuff.
Yeah. Or he may take a stick and beat up the monkeys.
Yeah.
Or may throw stones at the monkeys angrily. Do you think they'll give back the caps? Is it a good idea? No, don't work. What do you think he would do if he is in goodness?
He will throw his own cap.
Actually, if he is goodness, he will think, what is the method of getting the cap back? He will think about it. And then, some of you might have heard this story before, you heard right now. So what he did? See, like this he did.
और उसने अपनी टोपी हवा में उछाल दी। ये देखकर बंदरों ने भी अपनी टोपियां हवा में उछाली। फिर उसने अपनी टोपी जमीन पर फेंक दी। बंदरों ने भी अपनी टोपियां जमीन पर फेंक दी।
You understand now? So he picked up all the caps and put in his basket and took off. Because he was an intelligent fellow. So therefore one should think what is the right method of acting in certain situations when you are in a... say for example, tomorrow you have a big business. You are an entrepreneur. And you have sold a customer and then you want the money back. You want to recover. But you have to find out how to recover the money. Some people won't give you money on time. You have to find what is his weak point, correct now? So that you can get the money back from them. If you are going to cry or if you are going to attack him, so you are not going to get the money back. So therefore one has to think, goodness means you think deeply and come up with the best alternative. That is goodness. Passion means you think for a short time and make a snap decision. I am going to show you 3 examples. See how to introspect and modify your current pattern of working. Here is an example. A man went with his horse, went on a horseback to the forest along with his dog. And he, ate his lunch and everything, spent some time in the forest and then trekking and all he did and came back. But the dog was blocking his way, didn't let him go. So he was barking, wondering why my dog is barking so much. He just took his gun, shot the dog. And then he went ahead in his horse. After 10 miles, he realized, my wallet is missing. So he returned back to the same tree. Sure enough, he found the wallet there. But the dog was touching the wallet and lying and bleeding in the mouth, and the dog had died. So he picked up the wallet and checked the money, everything was safe, put it in his packet, and then he took water and sprinkled on the face of the dog, trying to wake up the dog. Do you think the dog will get up now? It was too late. That is called passion. Passion means you do first and then you think. Like for example, say you're walking on the road, there's a manhole which is open. You're looking like this and walking, you fall into the hole and then you think, I have fallen into a hole now, I have to get out. Passion is like that. Goodness means first you see the hole. Vision first, action next. That is goodness. Passion means action first, regret later. Yes.
Okay, so just a little confusion. Should I equate your analysis of passion with Rajasic?
Rajasic, correct.
Yes.
Passion is Rajasic and ignorance is Tamasic.
Yes, but Rajasic has leadership qualities. But you did say that.
Correct. It has good
people-
side, bad side. The
people
good
in
side.
passion-
See, the good side is passion has dynamism in it. At the same time, if the dynamism, like I told you about the river and the dam, the flood and the dam. So Rajasic means it's like flood. So you have to find out how that flood-like river, how it can be harnessed We are going to talk about it in a couple of minutes. After that, it will be clear. We are not going to reject the rajas completely. We'll talk about that. See, here is goodness. One time Newton had gone for a walk, and then all the papers which he had worked for 5 years were burnt away by the dog. Because the Tommy, not knowing that it just toppled this thing. I mean, what do you call it? The candle there. And all got burned. And Newton came. He cried. Of course, Newton was angry with the dog, but he didn't hurt the dog. He told the dog, even if I shoot you, I'm not going to get the papers back. So this is goodness. Goodness means he thought of the consequence. Whereas the previous fellow didn't think of the consequence. That is passion. Passion means snap decision. You all are able to see the difference? And mode of ignorance means no thinking, no action. No endeavor. Like this family, you see, they have committed suicide. A couple and their 2 children committed suicide in Bhopal on Thursday, allegedly due to financial debt. So they killed all the children, they also killed themselves. So this is an example of ignorance, mode of ignorance. So therefore, this is very important for students. Many students, when the academic scores go down, they are worried about how will I face my friends and parents, and they commit suicide. That's in ignorance, panicky, crying foolishly. They don't know that there are other alternatives. So you will see all these things which I have mentioned here, they all are time wasters because of tamoguna and rajoguna only. Please tell me this one, never setting goals or setting goals and not sticking to them. What guna it is? Is it ignorance or passion or goodness? Ignorance. Moving around and socializing too much to feel security. Actually, moving around socializing to become popular is passion. To feel security means ignorance. They are insecure people. Low level of concentration, getting easily distracted by trivial things.
Passion.
That is passion. Because passion means too many choices. Like you are watching TV. You are hopping and jumping from one station to another. That is passion. Doing more than one thing at a time and accepting unrealistic deadlines.
Passion.
Passion. Getting involved in everything to gain credit and popularity.
Passion.
Passion. Indecisive and postponing decisions.
Ignorance.
Ignorance. Thinking no one else can manage my work if I am absent.
Passion.
Passion. Feeling difficulty to work with highly accomplished and smart leaders.
Passion. Passion.
Is it passion or is it ignorance? Actually, it can be both. If you are feeling insecure, it is ignorant. If you are feeling an ego trip, I am so smart, I am the leader of the team and I won't let him come up, it can be passion also. Forgetting things are badly organized, unclean desk.
Ignorance.
Ignorance. Looking for too much perfection in job leading to micromanagement.
Passion.
Passion is micromanagement. In this way, these are all called time wasters. Most of us, our style of functioning is going to waste our time. So if you avoid passion and ignorance, keep yourself in goodness, you can think of the consequences, you can think and then act. So leaders in goodness think and act. Leaders in passion think partially and act. Leaders in ignorance never think, never act. So here I have shown what our friend was asking. What's your good name?
Kailash.
Kailash was asking. See, S represents sattva, sattvic, R represents rajasic. So you will see that a combination of sattva and rajas, that produces a visionary leader. Actually, if the flood is bad, but if the flood can be controlled with 3 walls, one wall on this side, and this side, then that actually creates a dam. So that wall which you put around the flood is like the sattva guna. So the saintly people are the sattva people, and the kings were passionate people. But the passion of the king was guided by the saintly people. Then that would be like Raja Rishi. I have written. Raja means Rajas, Rishi means Sattva. You combine these two people. Chanakya was guiding Chandragupta Maurya. Samartha Ramdas was guiding Shivaji Maharaj. Vasishta was guiding Dasharatha. Vishwamitra was guiding Lord Ramachandra. You will see that all great kings, Ashoka was guided by Buddha. You will see that all great kings always had a saintly person to guide them. Then when the guidance comes, then your passion is guided well. Just like I told you, elephant is passionate, but if it is trained by somebody, then you can bring something constructive out of the elephant. Is that clear to everybody? So we don't want to eliminate passion, but we want to guide passion with sattva, if you want to become a leader. Only we are running out of time. 7:30 I was supposed to conclude my talk. We have already exceeded the time. So, if can we take 10 more minutes? How many of you are ready? We can check with them. Only a few hands are up. Some of them are going. Is it already 10 more minutes? I'll keep track of the watch now. Huh? Okay, so now 7:40 in my watch now. Sharp 7:50 I'll finish. Okay, we'll try to finish little more. We'll finish. So scientific mechanism of body, mind, soul. Let us get in touch with the real you. Who is real you in your body? See, somebody asks you, who are you? You know, one Dr. Harry Manson from here in America only, Illinois College of Medicine, he said that this is what your body contains. Ask yourself, are you calcium, are you phosphate or potassium or sulfur or magnesium? Are you or something more than that? What do you think? This is what he said. Are you a bunch of these chemicals? And he says, just 110 rupees. He says, body contains only this much. Therefore, you have to understand who we are. What is the stuff of your real identity? You know, it's a famous actress from South India, Sridevi. Later on, she became a Bollywood actress also. Now, recently, she passed away some few years ago. After she passed away, she looked like this. After death, you find the chemicals are the same and no feelings, no thinking, no desires, no movement, no consciousness. You will see that. When a person dies, you know, even the relatives feed the body to the fire. Although the body was very dear to them, but when a person dies, so what is missing in that body that they feed into the fire? Will you ever do that? And when a person is living, what is there in the body which makes us feel so much affection to the person? So, in the Gita, Lord Krishna says, there is a spark of life in every body, and that spark of life is very beautiful, which is what is giving beauty to the body. Just like this shirt now, it cannot function on its own because I am inside this shirt and I move the hand, the shirt is also moving. Like that, the body is moving because of the presence of the soul. Lord Krishna says that. Same body, but the soul is gone, he says. So, body, mind, soul combination I have shown you in the picture here. In this, the yellow one you see, that is the real you, soul. And you have got a mind and you have got a body. In the mind, you store your desires. In the body, you execute your desires. Like this, you see. Mind is like a hard disk where you store your desires. And body is like servomotors, where you exercise your desires. Like say, in my mind, I will write a program, like a microprocessor. And my hands are like the servomotors. I will, like for example, if I read Gita or some spiritual literature, you know, I may go to the market, buy agarbatti and I may worship the Lord. Because I may bow down to Lord. Or if I write another program, I may take a cigarette and smoke. Both are smoke. One is this smoke, one is this smoke. Isn't it? It depends on what program you write in your head and your mind. So mind is a place for storing your desires and body is for executing your desires. Is that clear to everybody? If you know this, it's very helpful for you to deal with your mind. See, soul is covered by subtle body and gross body, which is mind and the body. See, I have shown you the soul with the yellow color and the mind with the red color. Actually, so every one of you sitting here, you are divine by nature. You are completely pure because you are a child of God, part and parcel of God. But when we come to this world, we become covered by the mind. And in that mind, all the problems are there. Today, I showed you many problems. Those problems are due to the mind. For example, there are simple problems in our mind like postponing habit or getting mood off. Or sometimes we get easily irritated, or we can't play in a team, or we lack loyalty or bad mouthing. So there are different degrees of impurities in our mind which are causing problems. I need two of you to read. Quickly you should read, don't spend too much time. I'm going to show you. Yellow one of you should read, okay? And the red one, another one should read. Please read that yellow one. God works, read that. So one team leader is thinking like this. Read it. Yeah, please.
God works through many by giving them creative thoughts.
Like that one leader is thinking. Another leader says, read it. But you have to read in a very strong voice. Who has a very strong voice here?
My opinion is best.
Who is that? Who said that? You have to read little strong. My opinion is best. Like that you should say, okay? Say that.
My opinion is best.
Correct. Go ahead again. Yourself.
I am open to good suggestions from my team. I consider I am one of them.
So he feels he's one of the team members. Although he's leader of the team, he feels I am one of the team members. Let us see what our other friend says.
I am easily irritated. I am the boss. Just do what I say.
Yeah, please.
I am grateful and appreciative of others' ideas. It makes my life easy and brings direction for the team.
Yeah. So if somebody gives idea in his team, he is very happy to receive ideas from others. Because he thinks it helps him also and the team also gets direction. What our other friend feels, yeah.
I consider others giving opinion as insubordination and I badmouth about them.
So he doesn't like, he says, I am the boss, why are you giving ideas? Yeah. Please.
I am not an all-knowing God. Let me hear from my friends too.
He is able to lend ears to hear from friends.
I know it all. Don't tell me.
I am one of the members of this team, and I will work together to bring success in attaining team goals.
I just can't do team playing.
I will tolerate my ego even if my original idea is rejected and is substituted by another better idea of my team member.
I quit the team.
Give him applause. Very, very nice. So, see in the top heading what I have shown. Innate quality is the quality of the soul. The soul by nature is very pure. All the souls are pure, but the soul is covered by this mind which carries this type of impurity. And therefore the ego comes up in the mind, and mind is the cause of all the problems. So the mind can be compared to your stinking socks. If you are wearing a stinking sock, others may think you are stinking. You are not stinking, socks is stinking. But the good news for you is socks is washable. Similarly, mind also can be cleansed also. So, how do you cleanse the mind? By discriminative intelligence, asking these questions. How to bring out the angel in me? What are the good habits I should pick up? What bad habits I should drop? What to feed? What to fence? So, therefore we turn to Gita. Gita gives many solutions. In Gita, Krishna says that these three are the impurities in our mind, which actually make us see this fellow. So always this I already showed you. Actually, this will take time, but I will make it shorter for you. You understood, no? No? So he got all the money, he got so greedy that he got stuck inside. Yeah. So these three are the... see, whatever books you read, whatever movies you watch, what kind of music you hear, whatever friendships you keep, these are all you are feeding your mind with all these things. Like you heard a seminar today, these type of seminars actually are enlightening and empowering your mind. Purifying your mind, bringing you to the right behavior. There are books which may make us more crooked, the movies we watch and the friendships we keep. So if you're putting garbage in, then that's what comes out later on. So, so the good inputs